So I just put some toner on. I'm gonna add some of my serum. I'm just gonna add some lotion. I'm gonna prep my skin now for my makeup. First, I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty primer. Use about a pea-size amount. And when I put this on my skin, I just kind of push it in. I don't rub it. I get my makeup puff. Then I push this into my skin and kind of spread it out a bit. And this will help your foundation last a long time because my skin is extremely oily. I then take my liquid foundation and I push this into my skin too. I then take my next spray, setting spray, and I will spray this over my skin. I will go in with a beauty blender and just kind of pat it into my skin. Next, I'm just gonna take my concealer and EcoTools brushes. I push it in, the product into the brush like that, and then I just press it into my skin. I asked on my Instagram to give me topics because I was gonna do film a sit down, get ready with me, but I honestly don't have time. But I am gonna quickly touch on some of the topics people sent me, and one topic in particular was, how do I juggle being a parent, being a mom, and being extremely focused with my kids. I have 2 young girls, 12 and 7, and I'm not controlling with them, but I do tend to I don't know, I guess I went back to therapy a few weeks ago when I learned that I need to teach my kids through education and not through control. Because a lot of the times I'll be like, oh, don't do that. And I don't want to tell them. I don't feel like I need to explain to my kids why they can't do it. Natalia, who's 12, has been really pushing my buttons. And again, I'm someone where I'm always I don't do anything for myself. Anything I do, I get my hair done the odd time, whatever, but everything else I do is I'm doing it myself. It's all DIY. I never take time out to go to the movies or go work out or do anything for myself. It's always them. I do everything, and but I noticed that my husband has no problem being oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna go to the movies, oh, I need to go away for work. He has no problem checking out. And don't get me wrong, he's an awesome dad. But I feel guilty anytime I, let's say, check out to go do something. And my therapist was telling me, she was you need to start doing things that make you happy. So when I get really angry and upset at a situation that's out of my control, whether that's in my marriage or with my kids or whatever, I've learned to sit in my emotion for no more than 5 minutes and then go do something that makes me happy. So I struggled with the going and doing something that makes me feel happy, because I always feel I need to spend money in order to be happy, let's say. And it wasn't until she was talking to me and we were talking about it and my upbringing and all that stuff. And I honestly feel bad spending money, because anytime I'm always oh, well, this money could go towards doing something for my kids. This money could go towards groceries. This money could go towards something that's not keeping myself, something that's not for me. Because I feel too, I don't want to come off as being self-absorbed, I guess you could say, even though I'm completely not. I know that I'm not, and the people that are surrounded around me definitely know I'm not self-absorbed, but that's how I feel I come off if I start doing things all the time that make me happy. So, and I realized too, I was well, I don't need to spend money to make me happy, but they started doing fitness in the park behind me. So I've been going to like yoga, and it's all free. They have yoga, they have, and then they have 2 fitness classes. I know, like, again, when I was younger, I spiraled out of control, and I don't want my kids to spiral out of control. So I tend to be like very like all over them. And I get that they need to learn to make mistakes and learn from their mistakes. And I don't want to, I'm not like someone that's like, oh, just doing everything for them. I'm not like that, but I tend to be very controlling over them. Like, I just don't want them to spiral out of control. And when I got older, I feel, I don't know if this is the truth or not, but I feel like I had such a bad attitude, and the people that were closest to me were maybe a little bit like, okay, like whatever, and were kind of gave up, right? Like they were like, well, if you feel like you know everything, then you go figure everything out. And they checked out. And sometimes I find myself like getting so irritated and angry with like my kids, or the learning, I don't know, learning how to deal with 2 young girls at a young age without feeling like, sometimes I just want to check out. And I'm like, I don't know, like, does anyone else feel like that? So I've started, like, again, going to therapy, learning techniques. I have gotten back into like meditation and prayer. And again, like, it can be something so simple for me now. Like, I will get in the bathtub and read a book, listen to like ocean sounds or whatever. So again, something that makes me feel happy. Read a book and then meditate for a little bit and get out of the bath. But that's like how I feel like I can escape from when I get really overwhelmed. And I realize too, I have a really bad like anger management problem. So yeah, these are things that I'm working on. And I'm grateful for therapy. I'm grateful for those around me that have the patience to deal with me on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, like, if you guys are going through something similar, let me know, because I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am in recovery. So about 9 years ago, I went to treatment for alcohol and marijuana. And when I was in treatment, I always felt like there were things that only I had gone through. And it wasn't until, again, I was in treatment where you hear all these stories, all these people with very similar stories to me. And then it helped me realize, like, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that has been through these things. And yeah, like, it was a huge eye opener for me. And something I learned when I was in treatment, because everyone on the outside looking in, because always feels like, oh, my life's perfect or whatever, until they hear my story. And I remember my counselor was telling me, she's like, you're someone that wears a mask. So she's like, everyone on the outside looking in thinks your life is so perfect. But when you start talking about the struggles that you've been through, it's a huge eye opener. And I miss her so much. Her name was Makayla. She was friggin' amazing. But at the end of treatment, she like wrote me this letter, and she's like, I couldn't believe how much your story sounded like mine. And she's like, and this was a huge learning thing for me too, because I've never heard anyone with a similar story to me, which made me feel really good, because again, I wasn't the only one that had been through what I had been through. So just know, if you're going through shit right now, there are people out there that have been through the same shit, if not worse. Keep your head up, a positive mindset. Everything will definitely get better. Just take it one day at a time. So I just set my skin one last time with. Next, I'm gonna just add some contour. So for my contour, my nose contour, I always pinch my brush and then just go down the sides of my nose. So I'm gonna add my Makeup by Mario blush, Beauty and Flaunt highlighter. This is amazing lash glue. My cousin Jamera had this duo glue, and this sets in like 5 seconds. I'm just gonna quickly do my hair and then I'm gonna head out the house. Put some of this Sephora oil in my hair, just a couple drops. Focusing the oil at the ends because that's the oldest part of your hair. So I'm about to head out. I'm just gonna share my outfit details. I have on this bodysuit. I picked this up from Winners a while ago. Some white linen shorts, a blue bag, and then I'm gonna put on this, it's a Hugo Boss like men's work shirt, and I'm gonna wear these white sandals. So my shorts are like off-white, but this is white, but to be honest, I don't really care. So this is my outfit, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.